Welcome to Ask the Edmonds Cop. I'm Teresa Whipple, and good morning, Sergeant Shane Hawley.
Good morning.
Today we're going to continue our discussion about some of the bigger picture issues that police are involved in besides traffic.
Besides traffic.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
And this one is related to active shooter training, which,
Yes.
you know, I think all of us have been painfully aware of all the incidents
Yeah.
that have been happening in the recent years with active shooters in various places. And tell me more about what police are learning and what's maybe new and different about it.
Well, we've talked earlier about some of the regional training. Crisis intervention training was one of them, where you have a lot of agencies in the county that are all participating. This is another one.
Okay.
So we're taking part with all of the other county agencies, even State Patrol is sending people to it. And the goal is that we are all on the same page as far as, what our response is going to be if, God forbid, we have one of these incidents. And one of the key things that they really talk about during the training is it doesn't necessarily have to just be a school. I mean,
Right.
it could be anywhere.
Oh, anywhere, workplace.
Yeah, we have, just in Edmonds, we have all of these medical facilities, big offices where multiple stories. We have
Yeah.
the hospital.
Yep.
It could be a large grocery store even, or if we end up having to respond with Linwood, if
Yeah.
something happens at the mall,
Right.
that could be another potential target as far as
Yeah.
that goes. So that's kind of one key component. And then the other component is making sure, like I said, we're all on the same page so everybody knows what they're going to do when they first get there.
Right.
And that has shifted over the years. It used to be, and a lot of times our response has been, well, just show up, wait till we have, a large volume of officers on scene, and then, okay, now it's kind of safe, we can go in. But the reality is every time you hear gunfire inside that building, there could be another victim.
Right.
And we want to stop that as quickly as possible.
Right. So it's as opposed to a kind of a wait until everybody gets their approach, it's kind of like, what can we do right now to address the problem?
Yeah, absolutely. And that may mean going in you by yourself or with one of the next officer that shows up, and they may be from another agency. It could be a state trooper that's right nearby, or another, it might be Malik Terrace or Linwood or whoever just happens to get there, and we're going to go in.
Okay.
And, we need to get to wherever the danger is and stop that threat.
Okay. That's really good to know. It's good information, and I'm sure people appreciate the fact that you're looking at that. Anything else on that we didn't talk about?
Well, the other component and part of the training is we go through real life scenarios. So
Okay.
this training is actually done at a school, and we actually use what's called simunitions, which are, it's almost like paintball in some ways.
Yeah.
That's the best way of describing it. But they have a lot of actors, and including people that are portraying someone who might be in the building.
Right.
Bystanders, people at work, students, whatever it may be. And the reality is that when these have happened, what other law enforcement agencies have seen is the people are terrified.
Sure.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they really just, grab onto the officers when they come in. And it's this, help me, save me, please, and we need to be able to progress further into the building. And one thing that they're really kind of preaching is, hey, if it's safe, we need to, move past, keep going, keep getting out. So we're really working on, okay, how do we kind of swim through the crowd, so to speak, to get to where that threat is?
Yeah. I would imagine, we haven't talked about this yet, but I would imagine just kind of maybe working with workplaces to make sure that people understand what to do if, nobody wants to talk about that, but I would think it would be something that would be important for people to think about.
Yeah, and that's
being in a
something we've also
workplace.
been working with the school
Yeah.
district on,
Right.
is making sure that they're on the same page we are.
Yeah.
And also training, kind of the students, I guess, as
Yeah.
to what to do if that happens at school.
Right. Okay. Well, good to know. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll be back again soon with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop.